Welcome to Dreamy Fairy English Land. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about a young boy named Harry Potter. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Harry who lived in a small house on a quiet street. Harry was very special because something surprising happened to him when he was just a baby. But Harry didn't know about this. Harry lived with his unfriendly aunt, uncle, and cousin, who didn't treat him well. They made him sleep under the stairs in a small cupboard. They made him do all the chores around the house while they lounged around doing nothing. Harry's aunt would snap at him, and his uncle would ignore him completely. As for his cousin Dudley, he was the worst of them all. Dudley would steal Harry's belongings, break his toys, and even physically bully him. This made Harry very sad. At school, things weren't much better for Harry. He was often picked on by other students, especially by Dudley and his gang. They would tease Harry about his glasses and hand-me-down clothes, calling him names and making fun of him whenever they could. Harry tried to ignore them and focus on his studies, but it was hard not to feel hurt by their cruel words. One day, strange things began to happen. Harry's uncle was getting ready to sit down for breakfast when suddenly an owl flew in through the window, carrying a letter in its beak. Harry's uncle was so startled that he almost jumped up, while Harry and his aunt stared at the owl in confusion. As Harry's uncle took the letter from the owl's beak, another letter suddenly flew in through the chimney. The letters were for Harry, but his uncle's family didn't want him to read any of his own letters. In fact, they had intercepted several such letters. Then more letters came pouring in from every corner, from under the door, from flower pots, from beneath the floorboards. Harry, his uncle, and aunt panicked and ran around trying to avoid the letters. But no matter what they did, the letters kept coming. Harry's uncle shouted in despair, "We have to leave this place." So they all fled to a remote cabin, hoping to escape the barrage of letters. It's evident that Harry's uncle's family was very reluctant to let him read those letters. Their stance became even more rigid, attempting to prevent Harry from accessing information from the unknown world. However, even in the cabin, the letters found them. They came in through the chimney, under the windows, and even from the ceiling. Harry's uncle finally admitted defeat. He didn't know what to do. The appearance of these letters made Harry very curious. He didn't understand why someone would write these letters to him, but he knew they must be important. He hoped to read them and uncover their secrets. But before he could read them, something amazing happened. On his birthday, a giant named Hagrid burst into their house and handed Harry a letter. Hagrid told Harry that he was a wizard and that these letters were invitations to a school of magic called Hogwarts. Harry could hardly believe it. He was going to learn magic and go to a school of his own. Another thing, when Hagrid came to fetch Harry, he decided to show a little magic to Harry's aunt, uncle, and cousin, Dudley. With a flick of his wand, Dudley suddenly found himself transformed into a pig. This was a gentle reminder to Dudley to be kinder to Harry and to remind them all that magic exists in the world. And with that, Hagrid took Harry away to the wondrous Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, where their adventures were about to begin. You see, Harry didn't have a warm, comfy bed to sleep in like most children. Instead, he slept in a small cupboard under the stairs, squeezed between old brooms and dusty boxes. But despite the cramped space and the darkness that surrounded him, Harry never lost his spark. Harry remained resilient and determined to prove himself. Little did he know, his bravery and kindness would soon lead him on an extraordinary journey beyond his wildest dreams. So, when you encounter difficulties, don't be afraid. Face them bravely. Believe in yourself. Seek support and continue to pursue your dreams. Just like Harry, you can also become brave and strong individuals. As you drift off to sleep tonight, remember Harry's story. Remember that no matter how tough things may get, you have the courage and strength within you to overcome any obstacle. In your dreams, you too can become a wizard and explore the mysterious Hogwarts School. May you greet new adventures tomorrow, just like Harry. May you always believe in the magic of who you are. In our story, Harry gets a special letter inviting him to a magic school. It's like the beginning of his exciting adventure. If you want to hear more stories about it, remember to subscribe to the channel. We will have more exciting stories about him in the magic school. I wish you have a restful sleeps and sweet dreams. Good night.